To deliver the congratulatory remarks, welcome Madam Chairwoman Ms. Marilu S. Aldan.
It was hot out there, for God's sake. I think my sins have been forgiven. No. I hope. Any priests over here? No. Good afternoon, students. And good afternoon, parents, distinguished guests, and everybody else here on campus. The reason why I said students, because your principal has not certified yet that you have met all the requirements of 28 credits, right? Yes. In life, we continue to learn. As a member of the Board of Education, I keep educating myself in terms of looking and revising our policies in place. There's always new things to know and to learn, whether in your life or in education or in work. But it's important to remember that in life we continuously and we never stop learning. You always have new things that are popping up. You're born in the generations of technology. When I first came out of college and I worked for the Trust Territory Department of Education, I was communicating with the rest of Micronesia using teletypes, and I'm not sure that any of you knows what a teletype is. I'm sure you're going to make bad choices, but you learn from them. Learn from your mistakes. Congratulate all of you, and we wish you good luck and wish you the best in your life, and be safe. Wherever you're going to go, be safe. Even if you're going to be here in Saipan, be safe.
To deliver the congratulatory remarks, please welcome the Interim Commissioner of Education, Mr. Glenn P. Munya.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, parents, teachers, staff, and most especially to the Saipan Southern High School graduating class of 2018. Today's commencement ceremony marks our 4th high school graduation, aside from the 6 middle school promotional ceremonies we have been to. As you can see, it can be a bit overwhelming to write so many speeches. It's kind of like when Mr. Miura, how many of you guys took Mr. Miura's class? Oh, wow. Teachers and the staff have prepared you for the next chapter of your lives. So at this point, I'd like to ask Mr. Miura, and the rest of our Saipan Southern High School teachers and staff to please stand up so we can recognize you for your hard work. As you prepare to walk across the stage one last time as a student, take the time to reflect and think of those individuals that has helped you get to where you're at. As you can see right here to my right, we have Ms. Vocal Break. 30 years ago, I can write one speech and use it at every ceremony. Today, it's impossible because Facebook Live. Anyway, so we also can't do this alone. You can't do it alone. At this time, I'd also like to invite your parents and your family members to please stand so we can also recognize them. Whatever your plans are, know that you will face many obstacles. Kind of like your theme says. All of life is a constant education. Whatever your plans you have, those obstacles will make you become a stronger person. When you feel that things are tough and you start to lose hope, know that these individuals that we just recognized are always there to support you. All you gotta do is reach out and ask them. So 2018, congratulations, and we look forward for you to go out to the real world and also come back and make our island a better place to live. On behalf of the PSS management and staff, we congratulate you on this special day. Thank you.
This year's keynote speaker was chosen by the graduating class of 2018. Please welcome Ms. Nola Hicks for her keynote address. Ms. Hicks is an alumni of Saipan Southern High School. She was one of the very first graduates 15 years ago.
15 years ago when I graduated as a proud graduate of Saipan Southern High School. I was lucky enough to find my diploma from 2003. Thank you, Sodalor. Nice and pretty. You guys will have one of these later. My husband just sent me a text and asked me if it was hot. I told him it was, so we're gonna keep this short and sweet, okay? Thank you. Dignitaries, distinguished guests, students, families, and friends who are gathered here today to celebrate the Saipan Southern High School graduating class of 2018. We've come a long way, but if there's anything I can take away from who we were then to who we are now, I think our class was very fortunate to be under the guidance and leadership of amazing SSHS faculty and staff, like former Principal Craig Garrison, our Senior Advisor Jesse Tudela, Jocelyn Manabusen, Andrew Golden, Dara Beneventi, Velma De Leon Guerrero, Jennifer Kubangbang, and yes, First Lady Diane Torres was also my teacher. I'd like to give a shout out to my counselor, Mr. Fabian Indelesho, who always put up with my shenanigans. I also want to thank my Japanese teacher, Arisa Sakai Peters, who till this very day can still voluntold me on a day's notice. Let's give it up for our teachers, faculty, and staff, because a lot of the success we own today is because of great teachers who believed in us and put up with us for more hours than our own parents. Let's give it up for our teachers. As this high school's very first senior class secretary, very first co-editor for the first Saipan Southern High School yearbook, yes, I was voted prom queen. Yes, I was awarded the best all around. And yes, I was given the award for first outstanding female graduate 15 years ago. We were here at a time when there was no grass in between the buildings and it was only red soil. I could still smell the fresh paint and how everything was so brand new. How exciting it was to be a part of history, and how for the first time in the CNMI's history, there were finally 3 public high schools. Today is about how yesterday and the 3 years of high school will not matter anymore because you haven't already have all reached adulthood. You are all young adults, soon to be off to college, and I cannot tell you any more than you've already heard. How I didn't know what I wanted to be, but I knew I wanted to influence change. In order for me to do that, I needed to aspire to be something more, to test the boundaries of my comfort zone. I needed to believe in myself and learn to adapt to change. We need to be prepared. If there are 3 things I can leave with you, it is the need to aspire to be more than you are today. It is to believe in yourself, to believe that you can make a difference, to not be empathetic to issues or concerns surrounding our communities, and to be concerned about your neighbors, to be concerned about your village, to be concerned about our government. After college, there are going to be people that come from different countries, that will be from different skin colors, that will have different sexual orientations, that will have different opinions. You need to be prepared for that. You need to learn to respect your neighbors and to take care of your brothers and sisters. One thing that I can take away is that nobody is perfect, but everybody deserves to be happy. Your job is not a reflection of who you are. It's simply a pathway to what you will become. Freedom is the right to be wrong, but not the right to do wrong. Fix all the problems in the world, but you cannot give up hope. I am an imagineer of the world and what it would be like if we all just did our part. Nothing is ever promised tomorrow today. And what I want you to do is look around. Look at the people that are sitting next to you. These are your classmates. These are the people that you've spent 3 years of high school together that will go off to become teachers, doctors, lawyers, private citizens working for the private sector, government officials working for the government. We are the beneficiaries of a tolerant society. We are the beneficiaries of a tolerant community. You guys will set the change and the path for future generations to come. On behalf of everybody here, I want to congratulate you. I want to salute you. And God bless the Saipan Southern High School graduating class of 2018.
Thank you, Ms. Hicks, for your keynote address.
To deliver the salutatory address, please welcome the salutatorian of the graduating class of 2018. Graduate drum roll.
It is an honor to be speaking at this year's graduation ceremony. First, I would like to express my gratitude for the love I have received from my family, my teachers, and my friends. Through their love, I have become who I am today. Hopefully, this award that I received today makes their time and effort feel worthwhile. Well, you might think that since I am receiving this award, that I must be a talented and a smart student since my youth. Sadly, this is simply not true. I'm a student with a stunning record that it even surprised me that I'm standing here today. When I started my education, my parents used to think I am academically challenged. Well, in fairness, I had trouble writing my own name in Korean and in English for 1/4 of my life. Surprisingly, I retained first grade too. During my elementary and my middle school year, I occasionally forgot to spell the word the, T-H-E, the. I was incapable of writing a proper essay until the end of 8th grade. It was bad to the point that I can't even understand what I'm trying to say. My memorization skill was so bad before that I failed a quiz that I studied more than an hour. I just had to memorize a sentence composed of only 10 words. I am very forgetful. My classmates know about this. My incredible talent of forgetting. My classmates also know how I always leave something at Dr. Mira's class. It became so bad that Dr. Mira just asked me if it's mine, if she sees an object lying around her desk for quite some time. Maybe you think I suddenly became smarter. I had this magical growth out of nowhere. Poof, let J be academically advanced. But that was not the case. I knew my place. I suck at everything I tried. I was a special case. Whoa. I was exceptionally bad because I felt like giving up so many times. Sometimes I felt that I just was not meant to be. Maybe I'm just not born enough to be good at anything. But I kept trying. I had to. I only had two options. Either to accept who I was or to work to be the person who I want to be. I chose the latter. So I lived life with the mindset of outdoing myself every day. Eventually, with time, I started to become more of the person who I want to be. Through this, it taught me the beauty of hard work and the importance of people who surrounded me. because without my family, I would have given up. And without my greatest mentor, my dad and my mom over there, I would have never realized my potential. I would not be standing here. It was not only my parents, but also my mentors and my friends who helped me greatly to become who I am today. Without Mr. Lee, my math tutor, who's one of the audience here today, I would not been able to take the AP Calculus exam. Without my NHS advisor, Ms. Gao and Mrs. Camacho, I would never be able to accomplish the fit that I did as NHS president. Without the help of Ms. Tudela, I would have not been accepted to the University of Washington. Without Mr. Mira and Ms. Mira, I would not understand the intrinsic value of grit. Without Mr. Hoyt, there will not be the great band program again. With their help, I was able to tackle down the challenges that I thought was impossible. Now because of them, I have the arrogance to look at the challenge that I have no clue on how to do, but could say to myself that I could do it. Because I am the outcome of the love of my family, my mentors, and my friends. Next time, when you see a challenge, think about me, the special case. The one who was exceptionally bad. But from being a student who failed at everything to a student who I am today. So class, we can do it. The best is yet to come. Let us prove the world that we're the best senior class from Southern. As Mr. Ruel would say it, carpe diem. It means seize the day. One last Manta check. Manta, Manta, Manta! Thank you.
It gives us great pleasure to welcome Manuel B. Sablon, the valedictorian of the class of 2018. Valedictory address.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty and staff of Saipan Southern High School, family, friends, and of course my fellow graduates. It is an extremely hot day today, and therefore I would like to keep my speech short so you do not have to be embarrassed of Fafa stains when you take your pictures later today. Before I continue my speech, I'd like to take a moment to thank my teachers who have taught me many essential lessons that I will likely use in my life, my friends who have always helped me keep and maintain a positive attitude, and my family who's always been the spirit of my motivation. And most especially my parents who have always believed in me. Without their inspiration and support for my education, I would not be standing here today, ready to share several lessons that I have gained after 4 years of attending Saipan Southern High School. There are 3 important lessons that I've learned during my time at Saipan Southern High School that I'd like to share with my graduating class. First, as Mr. Mira would always say, after every diagnostic test, there is always room for improvement. I've learned that there is no personal capacity and we should never rest on our laurels. If you choose not to take action to improve, like I did for some time, you may be blindsided by the feeling of not being good enough. So realistically speaking, I'm saying that you can improve on anything you put your mind to. Secondly, I've learned that no matter what mistakes you make, it's not the end of the world. If you worry about every little mishap, such as a tiny mistake on a test or a huge misinterpretation of a class project, you'll put yourself under unnecessary stress. I say unnecessary because such a mishap plays only a tiny role in the larger picture of your entire academic career. As you further education or into the workforce, we'll be put against much more difficult tasks, and you should remember that everyone makes mistakes, but always keep in mind that every day is a new day. And lastly, and most importantly, I've learned that making time for family is extremely important. While attending high school, it was difficult to shed time with friends for family because we get so caught up with our friends, our electronic devices, and other things, we really often forget and overlook many of the sacrifices that our parents make for us. As we leave them to further our education, we're putting a pause to the daily interaction that we once took for granted. And therefore, as a graduate to another graduate, I urge each and every one of you, while we're abroad, to make time for a phone call and a video chat to hear how they're doing every single day. Time will fly, and despite your teenage ego hiding your affection, never forget to tell your loved ones that you are close to that you love them. And with that said, I love you very much, Mom and Dad. Thank you very much, and congratulations, my fellow graduates.
We will now ask Board Member Herman Guerrero and members of the Board of Education to present the Board of Education Award. This award is presented to the graduating senior who has the highest grade point average as computed in percentages. This award shall go to the valedictorian of the class of 2018, Manuel B. Sablan. Next, we would like to call upon Interim Commissioner of Education, Mr. Glenn Munya, for the Commissioner's Award. The Commissioner's Award is presented to the graduating senior who has second highest grade point average as computed in percentages. This award shall go to the salutatorian of class 2018, Jae-Yeon Lee. We would also call upon the parents to come forward, please. I'd like to call upon our Honorable Governor Ralph De Leon Guerrero Torres to present the Governor's Leadership Award. This award is presented to the graduating senior who exemplifies character traits of leadership, excellence, service, and citizenship. This year's Governor's Leadership Award goes to Johnson Atailg. We would like to call the parents of Mr. Johnson Atailg.
Oh my God,
On behalf of Lieutenant Governor Victor Borja Hokog, we would like to call Special Assistant Mr. John Oliver Gonzalez in behalf to present the award on behalf of Lieutenant Governor Hokog. This award is presented to the graduating senior who exemplifies all that it takes to overcome life's challenges and obstacles. This graduate has also made a commitment to personal efforts, steadfast determination, and uncanny resilience to learn and demonstrate progressive performance throughout one's life. This year's Lieutenant Governor's Award goes to Ines C. I would like to call the parents of Ines. Vincent de la Cruz, Principal of Saipan Southern, will now present the Principal's Award. This award is presented to the graduating senior who has made exemplary contributions, leadership, and service to Saipan Southern High School. This award goes to Johnson Atailg.